Hey, what's up, y'all? Today I'm going to be doing a simple video on just survival skills, basic survival skills that kind of apply to all situations. I will probably be doing 4 different videos on this. The first one is here, this simple, just what do you want to look for and whatnot when you're in your survival situation, and then a cold weather, hot weather, and normal temperature, warm weather video, just getting into the more specifics on each one, what's more important, what do you have to think about in one but not the other, and so on. So the first one is here, the simple survival skills. What are the most important things when you find yourself in a survival situation? And then I'm also going to be doing a little review on a corner thing I got. So starting off, basically there's a couple main things you want. You want shelter, fire, water, and food. Those are about the 4 basic things. Shelter, food, water, fire, whatever order you want to put those in. Important because the shelter, obviously, if it rains, you want to stay wet. If it's really hot, you want to keep the sun off of you. If it's really cold, the shelter will keep some of your heat, so you can warm up quicker. And protection from animals. If you're lost where there's a bunch of snakes or whatnot, you want to build your shelter up off the ground. If you know the area, you know there's potential for snakes, but it's not really a big deal. You can just build your simple A-frame or however you like to do that. So shelter is a big thing. You want to make sure you have a place to stay dry, stay warm, and be safe. Fire is another big thing. Even when it's like really hot, you want to build yourself a fire because the smoke will keep bugs away, and the flames and the heat, the light, will keep all the animals away. So you can minimize that effect. And also, if you catch food, then you can obviously cook it over your fire. Or if you're in a cold weather situation, you can melt snow over the fire, but we'll go over that in the other video. So fire is a big thing for protection and cooking your food. Food and water are obviously a big thing. You want to make sure, if possible, you can what's the word for it? Clean your water, filter your water, basically. And you don't really want to drink dirty water. The best place to get water from is from where it's running. You don't want stagnant water because that has more potential of having deadly bacteria in it. Just bacteria that'll make you sick, and that's the last thing you want to do while you're surviving, is be sick. Running water, obviously the clearer the better. And I'll make a video on a couple ways to make filters if you don't have some already. You can use sand and coal from your fire. You can use a t-shirt, whatever. I'll make a video too about that. So you want to make sure you have food and water. Food, obviously, just for the most part, you can eat pretty much everything. You want to make sure you know that you can eat it. If you're like, well, I'm pretty sure I can eat this or not, if you want, you can just skip it. There's also like a food test. If you think you might be around there for a while, you see a lot of it, you can do that. I'll go over how to do that in a minute. You want to make sure you have food and water. Pretty much you can eat all animals for the most part, and most berries, leaves. Just don't eat poison ivy. You can eat oak leaves, pine leaves, whatnot, but they're not really giving you nutritious, so there's not much of a point. But if you want to just eat if you eat a whole lot of them, they're good to do something. Or if you just want to chew on them, then you can. You can make pine needles tea, and that's pretty good for you right here. I made it once. It didn't taste terrible, but it wasn't that great. But you can make that if you want to. It'll provide some nutrition cooked out of the pine needles. So you want to make sure you have the 4 basic: shelter, food, fire, and water. And then when you are lost, if you can, you want to get to a higher point. If you're in like a mountain range or something, try to get to the top of the closest mountain, or near to the top, so you can kind of see out over you, see is there any civilization around, any big roads, and then where am I, what looks like a good place to go, where do I want to try to stay away from and whatnot. So that's and when you're walking, once you see, okay, I see a city over there, so I'm gonna it's a place near, I'm gonna shoot for that place. Then start walking, and you want to try to find things that will be helpful, unless the city's 100, like 20 miles away or something. You might be able to do that in a day, depending on how good of a walk you are, how bad the terrain is and whatnot. But you want to look for things that will help. Vines, always look for some new cordage, because